Ever heard whispers of a secret that changed the course of history? Imagine a hidden team, working in silence, racing against time while the fate of the world hung in the balance. This isn't a spy movie. It's a forgotten story from England that's more incredible than fiction. In the darkest days of World War II, a brilliant mathematician named Alan Turing and his elite team of codebreakers were tasked with an impossible mission. They had to crack the German Enigma code, a breakthrough that not only helped shorten the war, but also secretly laid the foundation for the very device you're watching this on. Now, let's dive into just how monumental this challenge was. The Germans were confident in their Enigma machine. It was a complex device with rotors and plugs that could scramble messages into one of over 150 million possible combinations. Every single day, at midnight, the settings would change, rendering all previous work useless. To the Allies, it was a constantly shifting, unbreakable wall of secrets. Decoding a single message by hand was estimated to take decades. They were fighting blind, with German U-boats sinking vital supply ships and battle plans remaining a complete mystery. The stakes couldn't have been higher. Every tick of the clock meant more lives were lost. This is where the genius of Alan Turing truly shines. He wasn't just a mathematician. He was a visionary. He realized that fighting a machine required another machine. Turing didn't try to brute force every combination. Instead, he looked for human error and patterns, like operators using predictable phrases. Based on these cribs, he designed a colossal, electromechanical device called the bomb. This wasn't a computer in the modern sense, but a powerful logical deduction engine. Standing over 6 feet tall and weighing a ton, each bomb machine clattered and whirred, simulating the actions of dozens of Enigma machines at once. It would test thousands of potential settings at incredible speed, hunting for a contradiction. When the machine stopped, it meant they had found a possible key for the day's messages. Suddenly, the impossible became possible. The impact of their work at Bletchley Park was staggering, yet it remained one of the war's best-kept secrets for decades. Historians now estimate that cracking the Enigma code shortened the war by at least 2 years, saving an estimated 14 million lives. Think about that, 2 years less of global conflict, countless families kept whole, all thanks to a group of quiet intellectuals working in wood nuts. But their legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. Turing's theoretical concepts, like the universal Turing machine and the practical application of logic in the bomb, planted the seeds for the digital age. He essentially conceptualized the modern computer before it even existed, paving the way for everything from your smartphone to artificial intelligence. Now, let's explore another incredible, lesser-known chapter from English history: the real-life ministry of ungentlemanly warfare. During WWII, Winston Churchill authorized a top-secret unit, the Special Operations Executive, or SOE, their mission to set Europe ablaze through sabotage and subversion behind enemy lines. These weren't your typical soldiers. They were a motley crew of engineers, linguists, and even reformed criminals, chosen for their cunning and unconventional skills. Their training was as unorthodox as their missions. They learned to make explosives from everyday items, master silent killing techniques, and create chaos using a wild array of gadgetry straight out of a spy novel. We're talking about exploding rats, pens that fire projectiles, and suitcase radios for communicating with London. One of their most ingenious inventions was plastic explosive, which could be molded like putty and was perfect for demolishing railway lines, bridges, and factories. The SOE's agents operated in constant danger, with a life expectancy measured in weeks. The impact of the secret army was profound. They disrupted German supply chains, armed and trained local resistance fighters across occupied Europe, and fed crucial intelligence back to the Allies. For instance, Operation Gunnerside, a daring raid led by Norwegian commandos trained by the SOE, successfully destroyed Germany's heavy water plant, crippling their program to develop a nuclear weapon. These agents were ghosts, creating mayhem and diverting huge numbers of enemy troops away from the front lines. Their bravery and ingenuity prove that sometimes the most effective weapon isn't a tank, but a clever idea and the courage to see it through. Let's shift gears to a story of social revolution, the Match Girl Strike of 1888. It has a tale of how some of London's most impoverished and powerless women took a stand and changed labor rights forever. Picture the Bryant and May Match Factory in East London. The women and girls working there faced horrific conditions. They worked grueling 14-hour days for pitiful pay, were fined for minor infractions like talking or dropping a match, and worst of all, they were being poisoned. The white phosphorus used to make the matches caused a terrifying industrial disease known as phossy jaw. It would cause a person's jawbone to literally rot away, leading to severe disfigurement and death. The company knew about this but did nothing. The turning point came when social activist Annie Besant wrote an article exposing these conditions. In response, the factory owners tried to force their workers to sign a statement denying the claims. They refused. In an incredible act of courage, about 1,400 of them walked out on strike. Their bravery was remarkable. These women had no money, no union, and no power, yet they stood united. They organized marches, held rallies, and gained the support of the public and the press. The public outcry was so immense that after just 3 weeks, Bryant and May caved. They agreed to abolish the unjust fines and, most importantly, to stop using the deadly white phosphorus. The Match Girl Strike was a landmark victory. It demonstrated that even the most marginalized workers could achieve change through collective action and inspired a wave of new unionism across Britain, leading to better rights for countless workers, from the silent codebreakers of Bletchley Park to the daring saboteurs of the SOE and the courageous Match Girls of London. These are the stories that shape a nation. They remind us that history is often made not just by generals and politicians, but by ordinary people doing extraordinary things in the shadows. Can you imagine a world without computers? Or a war that lasted years longer, without Turing and his team? That might have been our reality. Their secret work didn't just win battles, it built the future. If you enjoyed this glimpse into history's hidden heroes, please give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more untold stories that shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which of these stories you found most fascinating. Thanks for watching.